Today we're going to be putting some Raptor liner on the Kei truck.
Now the whole truck is going to get a paint job, but initially we're going to get the bed taken care of. Overall, this truck is in amazingly, fairly rust-free shape. There are a few spots of surface rust here and there, but overall I'd say rust-free. The bed itself has the worst of the scratches and nicks that have gotten a little rusty and patinaed over the years. Honestly, since it's been here in swampy-ass Florida, it's probably gotten a lot worse. The Raptor liner is pretty easy to install. We're going to do some light sanding, prep any rust spots. I'll hit the whole bed with some primer, and then we'll apply the Raptor liner. I take a sanding disc and a nylon wire brush to the worst spots. This disc is probably a little bit more aggressive than necessary, but it's best to get it down to bare metal now. As I go along, I hit it with some weld-through primer because it was all I had available, and that actually works really good on bare metal. I clean up the drip rail and under the hatch and just do a general wipe down of this area as I'm going to be applying some Raptor liner under here as well. So I don't know if this goes to my laziness or the car's reliability, but this is the first time I've really had the engine cover off since I first got the truck a year ago. It just works. I put gas in, I check the oil, and I drive it. Wish all my cars were like that. Then I get back at the sanding the next day. I switch to a regular sanding pad on my grinder, which is a little less aggressive. Okay, so we grinded away most of the rust. Let's get it cleaned up and get some sealer paint on it. Here I finish coating all the areas that I sanded down with the weld-through primer. Okay, this is all resprayed now, and next will be the Raptor liner.
So I'm masking off the truck right now so I can get the Raptor liner sprayed on it, and then we'll be spraying in a minute.
I tape off and paper all the bits that I don't want the liner product on. Later I'm going to do the chassis black, but we're going to save that for another day. For now, I just want to do the bed itself and the top of the rails. And I think I'm going to do the edge that goes around the back of the bed as well. I remove the engine hatch cover and get some paper put under there. I'm going to go ahead and spray this separately from the rest of the bed. I mask off the cab with a plastic film. I'm not trying to be super precise, I just need to stop the overspray from getting everywhere.
So the truck is all masked off, and now we're going to get back there and start painting.
I purchased the Raptor liner kit off Amazon. With the spray gun, it was about $200 or so. I got a tintable base, and I selected a pewter metallic color. That all came together in one package. Now the bottles are all pre-measured, except for the hardener. Now, we need to spray this between 40 and 60 psi. There's a little regulator that comes with the gun, and all you have to remember is that the higher the psi, the smoother the texture is going to be. So to try to keep it consistent, I suggest testing it on a piece of cardboard or some area that you're not really going to see. So here I measure out 8 ounces of the hardener. You'll put 8 ounces in for every one of these liters. I add the color. Then I shake the shit out of it for about 2 minutes or so. Now when I first start spraying this coat, it seemed to come out a little on the light or white side. I think there was some liner at the bottom of the bottle that didn't get the color mixed thoroughly. It took a few sprays to get it to come out of the gun the proper pewter color, so I went back over that area to make sure it all matched. And that's about how far I got with the 1 liter bottle. So the second bottle finished the bed off, and then the left side of the gate, inside and out, and I was able to start on the right side. I mixed up the 3rd liter, which finished up the right side, and was enough to cover the engine hatch, the back tailgate, and any other little touch-up spots that I had to do. Sorry, I'm a little out of frame. So I start unmasking the car. Once the spraying is done, you want to get this tape off right away, basically within 30 minutes. This way you have very clean tape lines.
Okay, so there we go. We have sprayed all of the bed liner. I think it came out pretty decent for my first attempt at this. We'll let this harden up and get a final look at it and get the engine cover back on, and that'll be about done.
I leave it out in the sun for a few hours to cure, but as it's curing it needs to stay out of the rain for at least 72 hours. And this is Florida, it always rains. So I sneaked the car in the workshop at the tattoo shop by squeezing it in between the double doors. I was hoping my wife didn't notice, but she did. But I'm used to her yelling at me for doing dumb things, so 72 hours later, I get to the shop and I pop back on the rubber bumpers that hold the sides from hitting the body. These just twist in and out. I get the engine cover back in place and install some new stainless steel hardware. And then remount the cage and light bar. I also went ahead and sprayed the cage with the leftover material from the 3rd bottle. Once I was all done, it actually left me with 1 whole extra bottle. So I may decide to use that somewhere else on the truck, but I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, that's a wrap for the bed liner. This was a ridiculously easy project. Pretty much a perfect project for any do-it-yourselfer. Taping off the vehicle is the biggest pain of the whole project, and honestly even that isn't hard. It's not really too messy, but make sure to have some acetone on hand for cleanup, and I put those drop cloths down just to protect my driveway. And once again, make sure to thoroughly mix the bottles. So that's it for this week with the Kei truck. Had a few concurrent projects going on and they're all wrapping up at the same time, but none of them are 100% ready to show yet. So hang tight and I'll get them out as soon as I can. Oh, and I think I might be buying another one of these trucks, or maybe a van, or I don't know, maybe something else from Japan. I've been getting antsy. I haven't bought a car in over a year, so it's about time. Thanks again. Please remember to like and comment if you have any questions, but whatever you do, under no circumstances, subscribe. Unless you want to, then go ahead and subscribe. See you next time.